Hi, welcome to CJ's Kitchen. Thank you so much for joining me. So today we're going to talk about a new series, which is tips and tricks. Specifically, I want to talk about a great tip, which is to shop at your ethnic grocers. So recently I went to my local Indian Grocer, which is a grocer that I discovered about 8 or 9 years ago, actually was introduced to by a friend, and I found that it's a great place to pick up spices and nuts and some of your more exotic ingredients if you know what you're looking for. So come on and I'll show you what I got. So the main thing that I went to the Indian Grocer for was cumin. This is a spice that I like to use a lot. It's a wonderful, smoky, spicy flavor that doesn't add heat. It just adds this lovely earthy smokiness that I associate with Mexican foods, but apparently it's used a lot in Indian cooking as well. So this particular package is 14 ounces. Just show you that. And you can see that these are whole seeds. I like to purchase them whole, and you can toast them if you want to. But then what I like to do is grind them in a coffee grinder that I use just for spices. This whole package was only $5.99. And I did a little bit of research comparing it to these little bottles that you can get at the grocery store. These run about, I want to say I pay anywhere from $3.99 to $4.99 for these. A lot of times if I do buy this at the store, I buy it when it's on sale, and they have like a buy two get one free, and I'll pick this up as a backup. But I really like to get this at the Indian Grocer because, as you can see, I get so much more. So I did some price comparisons and discovered that a bottle like this runs about $1.68 an ounce versus this package, which only ran me about 43 cents an ounce. So that's my first thing, and this is the main reason that I go to the Indian Grocers, because I really use a lot of cumin, and I've just found that this is a smarter way to buy it. It lasts a really long time. I have this little jar on hand because once I've ground it and used what I need to use, I put any excess I have in here, and then I have some already grounded on hand when I want it. But I don't like to grind a lot at a time because it definitely tastes better when you grind it when you need it. So that's the first. So the second item I picked up is cardamom seeds. So a lot of you have probably seen cardamom if you bake at all or just explore the spice aisles. You've probably seen it in pod form, and that's a form that I'm not real familiar with using. I haven't really ever cooked with the pods, but these cardamom seeds I have used. I was first given some by one of my friends, and I discovered I could just grind it up in the same grinder that I use for the cumin, and it's really fabulous in baked goods. I really like it in, say, pumpkin spice muffins or apple muffins, things of that nature. I like it in spicy things. It's really good in tea, and lots of chai teas have cardamom in it. So this was a 7-ounce package, and I know the price label is upside down, but you can see that it was $10.99. So that's still pretty expensive, but again, in doing some comparisons, I found that little bottles of it were about $2.68 cents an ounce. This was $1.57 an ounce, so it was about half the cost. So that's definitely still a really great deal and a good way to go. So if you do like to cook with cardamom, this is a great way to get it. And if you don't use it a lot and you only use it seldom, you could even get together with some friends who also bake or cook and maybe divide it up amongst them, and everybody gets a great deal and you have plenty of cardamom for a while. So this keeps really well. This and the cumin both keep really well. Just store them in airtight containers. I use like little Gladware or zip close bags, whatever's handy, and I just take out what I need as I need it, and it keeps a really long time. So the last thing I got isn't as exotic or as unusual, I suppose. It's just sesame seeds. And this one is a 7-ounce package. You can see it says 7 ounces. And that's a lot. That's a lot of sesame seeds for me at one time. They tend to go bad. But what I'm going to do this time to offset that is I'm going to put them in a container and throw them in the freezer. So that's another tip for you, is freeze your oily items like nuts and seeds. They'll keep indefinitely in the freezer, and especially sesame seeds are only going to take moments to thaw. So if you're throwing them particularly in like a hot dish of food or something, or you're going to toast them, they can just go right into a pan and be toasted and go right onto whatever you're serving them with. So it's a great thing. These aren't super expensive in other stores, but I did find that they averaged about $2 an ounce elsewhere, and I got these for 35 cents an ounce. So it was a bigger savings than I had expected, although I imagine there are other sources that I didn't locate that might be just as good. So that's my tip for you. Shop at your ethnic grocers. Try them out. I would love to hear if there are other markets that you've gone to that you like, and what you get there and why. And I'd love to hear if you go and explore at an Indian grocer and what you find and what you enjoy from there. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time.